So next, let's add some code to the ghost so that he has a more animated reaction when he catches the lollipop. So let's click on the ghost. What we're going to do is go up to events. We're going to bring out a when I receive block. And this is the second half of the broadcast that we talked about before. Then we're going to bring out a repeat block. This is a loop, but it's a loop that we can define. We're also going to bring out a wait block. Let's also bring out some looks blocks. We're going to bring out some switch costume 2. Bring out 2 of these. And now we'll talk about what to do with them. So when the ghost receives the broadcast caught, what he's going to do, this little animation is to make it look like he's chewing. So let's change this repeat 10 times to just twice. Go ahead and snap that in there. And then when he receives that message, we want to make sure the costume switches to close, so it looks like he's chewing. So let's go ahead and drag that inside. We want to have him wait, but 1 second's too long, so let's make it 0.3. Snap that in. And then we want to, after the 0.3 seconds is over, we want the costume to switch to ghost open. Snap that in underneath. All right, so let's see what that does. All right, so when the ghost catches the lollipop, makes it look like he's chewing. Lollipop goes away for that random amount of time, comes back. Next, let's add a bit of sound for our character. So let's go to sounds. We're still on ghost. Let's go to sounds. Currently, there's a space ripple sound. Let's get rid of that. Let's come down to the choose a sound. And we're going to add a chomp sound. So you can either scroll down or I'm just going to type in chomp. Sounds like this. Chomp. Then I'm going to go to code. I'm going to go to sound. And I'm going to bring out start sound chomp. And I'm just going to snap that right underneath the when I receive caught, so that when you play it, it does its thing, and you hear a chomp sound. Okay, next. So we've got our game working. Let's add a way to keep score. This will be our introduction to the variables section. So click on variables. What we're going to do, well, first of all, a variable is a changeable value recorded in Scratch's memory. Variables can either be numbers or strings, which is text. So let's start off by creating a variable. So let's make a variable. And we're going to make sure that this variable is for all sprites. So we're not going to change this. And let's just call this score, because that's what it's going to be about. Now notice, when I did that, the new variable showed up over here, and it also showed up on our screen. Do you see this check right here? If I deselect this check, the variable is no longer showing up on screen, but we're trying to keep track, so we want that there, okay? So, first of all, let's get the game to reset the score to 0 each time the game starts. So, set my variable, let's change that to score to 0. Now, we want this, as I said, to occur each time the game restarts. So let's put this right underneath the when green flag button is selected. So let's put that right underneath there. So the very first thing this game will do is reset the score to 0. Then what we want to do is we want to bring in a variable, change my variable by 1. So let's change that to score. And then let's bring this right underneath when I receive caught. So when it receives caught, it'll change the score by 1. So let's take a look. So when the ghost catches the candy, he eats it, and your score goes up by 1. And then each time you stop the game and then restart it, the score gets reset to 0. Sometimes our lollipop can act a little weird. Sometimes it can disappear and not come back. If you stop the game when the lollipop has disappeared, I'm going to show you a bit of code to prevent that from happening, or to fix it if it does happen. We're going to click on the lollipop, and I want you to notice when I click play, our lollipop didn't come back. It's a little bit of a glitch. So I'm going to throw in a little code, even though he ate it. And if you notice, there's another little glitch. With our ghost, his mouth is stuck closed. So depending on how you stop the game, if you stop the game when the mouth is closed of the ghost and you restart it, he starts up with his mouth closed. I'll show you some code for that as well, how to fix that. But first, let's put in some code that will fix the lollipop disappearing. So we go to looks. So we're going to bring in a go to front layer, and we're going to bring in a show. That way, and then we're going to snap that right underneath the when green flag is clicked. So that way, when we start the game, we'll always have the lollipop showing up and in front of the ghost. Now let's put in a little code for the ghost so that he always starts with an open mouth. So let's do this. So when green flag is clicked, let's have the costume switch to ghost open. So put that right underneath the when green flag is clicked. So now whenever we click the green flag, it'll start the costume open. All right. So watch, as soon as I click this, he'll have his mouth open. So now we've worked out some of the little kinks in our code. Okay, so we're going to give our ghost some more candy to chase. So what we're going to do is go down to our candy blue sprite, right click on it, click duplicate, then click on the candy blue 2, and let's change this to candy green. And then let's go inside of the costume for this particular piece of candy green. And what we want to do is change the color. Let's change the color to green. So let's click on the fill color. Let's click on fill, and let's choose a green that we like. And use the bucket to select it. And then now notice it's green. So let's go back to the code. Let's play this for a second so that everything shows up. And what we need to do is change our code. Whoops. We need to change our code for this particular piece of candy, because notice that the code that we brought over from the other one, it's looking for the blue lollipop still. So we have to click on this color, go down to the eyedropper tool, select the color green we want, and now it'll work. Let's do the same thing again. Let's right click on candy green, go to duplicate, and let's call this one candy yellow. Let's go inside candy yellow's costume, and let's change the color. Let's go back up to fill color. Okay, and now I'm going to click on the lollipop. Now it's yellow, so next I go to its code, make sure I'm on the yellow, and then I change the green. I use the eyedropper tool again, go to yellow, select it, and now I've got 3 different pieces of candy that my ghost can go after. So now let's play it. I'm going to go to full screen, click start, and there we go. All right, that is the fourth tutorial, Candy Ghost, where we learned about broadcasts, variables, and some more sensing. All right, guys, let's see how you do.